Hello YouTube and welcome back to Kingdoms of Capuchin, and we are starting now onto something new. So like I said in the last episode, if you guys didn't watch it, it was just sort of an update video. Basically, we lost a bit of the world and I kind of want to take a break from the Egyptian stuff. But we'll be going back to it pretty soon. But just want to take a break, and I found this really nice mound hill right next to this huge mountain, and I kind of want to build like a little fort that's sort of been burnt down by dragon fire or something, and do it in a bit of a Nordic style. So what I'm going to do is, let's just grab some wool. Should we go for red wool? Maybe blue wool and yellow? Maybe green. Just some colours that'll stand out a little bit on the mountainside. So we've got this natural sort of staircase up, and it winds down a bit there, winds down, and then comes down into this like forested area. So maybe there'll be an abandoned village being taken over by the forest, something like that. I'm not sure. We need a reason for why this fort is here. I can't just put it here because it's cool. So I'm going to leave that down to you guys. If you guys have an idea, let me know in the comments below, or similarly you can go over to Discord, and I have my own channel now. The link will be in the description, and you guys can let me know in there. There is a section for this, and you can go back and forth with different people, or even myself if I'm on there, and maybe we can get a real good idea going. I was thinking maybe of building something into this mountainside, but again, not 100% sure. So we've got quite a bit of flat space at the back, which I never noticed before. So I might make some courtyard area out of that. And I did say this is like a natural staircase area, so we're going to have the gate, as it were, round about here. And you got these three mounds. I'm thinking they're going to have to be 3 towers. So let's see. Let's stop talking and let's start placing some blocks. So if we put a tower here, sort of, and not, the shapes aren't going to be 100% set in stone yet because they're set in wool. Haha, joke. I actually felt bad saying that joke. But yeah, so we might mix up the shapes of these towers. This sort of placeholders for now. So I want that there. I actually see already. I want to make this bigger, so we're gonna go 2 there, 2, 3. No, it needs to be moved in a little bit. So how much space have we got at the back there then? Not a great deal. Maybe just move that in a little bit to there. I definitely want some big round towers, and I want a big square one. And I think that'll be about it. We're not going to have too many. I'm thinking 4 max. And this is turning out to be massive. Oh, it's been a while since I've played Minecraft. I can't even place blocks. There we go. So there's 1 tower. That's fine. So the gatehouse thing is going to be coming out to about there. Maybe we can have some sort of walkway that connects up to this tower. And I think this might be a big tower. So basically it's going to be a building, but it's also going to be a tower. So I'm going to have it maybe being, let's see if that's going to be 3 blocks wide. So it'll be like that. How much? That's 4 on that side, 4 on that side. So that would be 9. I was thinking 9. But then how much space do we have for an arch? Do we have enough space there to have a small archway? I think we do. We are going to be completely terraforming this as well, bringing these little mounds down when we have the time. So that's 9. I think if that is 9 wide, we want it to be 14 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think that's about right for your perfect shapes. And actually, to keep it an odd number, we'll do 13. Then now that's not like sort of maybe 15, 17, and then maybe bring it out 2 on that side, and Does that look okay? I guess that looks alright. So basically, this is going to be sort of a hall, like a feasting hall type area. Maybe have some sort of kitchen attached to the back, maybe. I'm not too good with fort planning. I never really do castles, and I thought it'd be a good idea to tackle this one before we get on to the other big main castle that we had planned. This mound, I want it to be sort of like a big, um, what would be the word? Like main, like lords, kind of like whoever is in charge of this place, he would live in this tower. Um, so let's see, a nice big size tower, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 seems good to me, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So again, we can probably move that over just to get it a little bit central to that. Actually, no, we won't get it central to that mound. I think leaving it like that, maybe moving it over 2 blocks, so there. So that means 2 blocks on that side is there. Like that. Okay, so that's a good size. I think it's going to be coming along there, and that we want it to be square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks there, and then that's going to go along here. So we've got that much of a gap then between those 2 towers. We could just wall it off. Actually, yeah. So let's use a different colour. So I've just had the idea now. We're going to do a wall, but we're going to try and make it look more like a natural wall. So rather than being like a proper built-up thing, it's just going to be like, stones piled up in such a way. So it's going to look a little bit kind of something like that, I guess. Sort of look like more of a landslide down the mountain as opposed to like an actual proper defensive wall, because you're not really going to be able to get around the side here. So I think that'll be fine. So this is that big keep that we're having. Move that along to there. So that's going to be that size. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Right. So we've got those parts in there. This actually turns into a really big build. A lot bigger than I was sort of anticipating. What else could we do then? I think maybe if we do a building here, so let's use a different colour for a building. Because this is just going to be a normal building. It's not going to be anything big and fancy. And I think, could we have it attached to that wall? How big's that space now? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 might be a bit long. We'll do 7. So we'll do 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2. So that's 7. So 9 by 7. And I think that could be like maybe a little blacksmith area. You got, or maybe even stables, because you'd have stables right next to this. Yeah, I think the stables. That seems fair enough, doesn't it? And then we need, maybe that could be. I'm just trying to think of different buildings that you would have. I think I'm struggling because of the shape of the terrain that we have. I'm trying to use, like, in my head, I'm thinking, as this is going to be a ruin, you'd think the terrain is taking over the shape of where the walls once were. So the bits that are sticking up, I'm trying to use that sort of part of the terrain. If that makes sense? I don't know. I'm not too sure. In my head I know what I'm doing, I'm not too sure if it's translating properly. So that's going to be there. And we can have a wall just coming along here. This is going to be like a proper actual wall going along to the back, and then we can start putting some buildings in there. So yeah, you could have something along here. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to start building it. I think I'm putting too much thought. I can't. I'm not the sort of person that can plan out every little thing individually. I've just got to start building and see where things go. Especially with this back big, so I was kind of didn't realise how much it sloped down, I suppose. We definitely want it to be built up more on this side. We're gonna have like a big tower here for like a barracksy type building. Maybe like a two. what would the word be? I was going to say two tones. So basically, we'd have one part of the building there, and then a big tower there, something like that. I think maybe a small round one there. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is head into a time lapse of leveling out some of this terrain, maybe finishing off a couple bits of planning, and then I'll come back, talk over the plan one final time with you guys, and then the next episode we'll start building it up, and we'll just like go piece by piece, I think, through this build, and then once this whole fort area is built up, we'll move on to something else. So I think this should do us for a good couple of episodes. So maybe by, I don't know, I don't like putting numbers on things because it stresses me out then saying that I've said that it's going to take us this many episodes, but I'm thinking 7 episodes to completely finish all this. That's my goal anyway. We'll see how much we stick to that. But I'm blabbering on, so let's just hit into the time lapse. Alright, we're back. Hopefully you enjoyed that little time lapse there. And yeah, it's basically all we're going to do for the rest of this episode is just walk through what we've got here, design wise, and what we're planning on doing. So, got a nice small little gateway here. I like the way that it sort of steps up. It's gonna, when this is all built up, it's gonna make it feel really tall, really big, and sort of quite intimidating. It's gonna be quite narrow and tall here, so it's gonna be quite nice. About this design here, I've stuck it out just to make me think. I'm not sure if we're going to do like one of these big things that you see in the Skyrim doorways, or maybe we're just going to have some sort of just A-frame like that, more like a Rohan house. Not too sure yet, but we've got that going on, and I'm not 100% sure on what all these buildings are going to be yet. It's not set in stone. Things can still change. We've got that here. This is going to be its own separate building. And then we've got a central tower for this back bit with these 2 large blue sections. Now, I'm not too sure what it's going to be in here, but they are really unique shapes. I think it's going to be quite flat on the top, so you could come up here and defend. And inside, I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be an extension of other parts. Maybe it could be barracks. I'm not 100% sure, but I just thought it looked kind of cool and a bit interesting, and it wasn't just completely straight. It's just adds a bit more shape, I think, to it. Then we've got this bit over here, which I think intentionally was going to be some sort of barracks, but again, I'm not 100% sure now. It might just be another building. Like with this section here, you could have like a great hall. You've got kitchens, and they all sort of link together. You can get around quite easily, and I'm thinking of maybe doing something inspired by Game of Thrones. In the book version of Castle Black, there are these little tunnels all around, so you don't actually have to, because obviously in Game of Thrones they have winters that last years and they're really cold. Um, so they have these tunnels that you can just get around to all the different places without actually having to step outside. So I thought that's kind of cool, and I kind of want to add something like that in as well. Um, and then at the back here, we're going to have this big, oh, lag spike there. We've got this big main fortress, castle, keep, tower bit. I don't really know how to describe it. I just thought we need like a sort of end center. It's weird to say centerpiece because it's not in the center, but you know, the main focus, that's going to be like, wow, that's kind of cool. So I thought we'll have that bit there. Flatten the terrain out quite a bit, as you saw, and we probably are going to change up the terrain a little bit, but I wanted to keep it sort of slowly going up as it comes round. This bit here, I don't know if it's going to be stables or a blacksmith or something. It's just going to be sort of a wooden part. It's going to be quite open. We might close it off to one side, with it being really cold up here, I guess. That makes more sense rather than being so open. But I just felt like, you know, a smaller wooden building against all the stone is going to stand out a little bit better. And we've got quite a big courtyard area still, so I think that's going to be fine. We do have an armory, I guess, so one of these could be like an armory and stuff. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure now whether to do it as a ruin or actually build it up as a proper castle, because the more I'm planning it and getting into it and getting these ideas, the more I kind of want to see it as a finished piece as opposed to a random little ruin. So I'm not sure. We'll just see how it goes. I think when I start building it up and seeing how much detail I actually want to put into it, is where we'll decide on that, because there's going to be a lot to do. I think what we're going to start doing basically is start at the entrance with this tower and the gate, and then just basically move our way round. So like, depending how long it takes, you'll have that as one episode, this is one episode, this whole section is one episode, this tower is one episode, that tower is one episode. So that's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, and then, you know, another 2 episodes just to clean up. So that would be 7 episodes. Maybe I've got this right. Maybe I've got this whole YouTube thing down. Well, we'll see anyway if I can actually keep to that schedule. So yeah, that's my plan for this series so far, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to ruin it. What I might do is just build it all up, and then like, don't go too heavy with the detail. Just like sort of build up the main shapes and get a little bit of detail in there, and then once the whole thing's done, I can decide, do I want it to be a ruin, or do we actually want to go whole hog with this and finish it off? So yeah, I'm quite excited for this little keep to get going. What we're going to do, I think, on this side is just build it completely cliff-like at the back there. I was almost tempted to put another entrance in it. The way it just slopes, the terrain is just really nice around here. Just feels really good. I don't know. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. Maybe a little bit of a shorter episode, but we're just getting things going. I'm getting excited. I'm happy that we're back to doing YouTube. And yes, I realise there is a gap over here. I'm probably just going to block it off, similarly to what we've done here with this yellow wall. Probably, you know, just build that cliff up against the side, or maybe we'll just do a nice straight wall of blue. And actually, that's another interesting point. If this was a bit narrower, could maybe put a second gate across there, or maybe second gate here. I don't know. Lots of things to play around with, but looking at the plan that we've got here, I'm quite excited and I'm very happy with what we've got. Now we just need to pick a style, really, because I've said Nordic, but we've got to, like, you know, make it our own in some way. And yeah, I'm excited. That's it for this episode, though, guys. So the next episode will be coming out on Thursday, hopefully, if I can keep to a recording schedule, and I'll see you there. Don't forget to come check out the Discord channel. I think that's everything that I need to plug. Just Discord. Yeah. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Classic YouTube things. Come on, get your head in the game. Alright, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.